Mercer.
And I'm Matt Pangrac.
Welcome to the Cull, a weekly sport fishing debate show. And this week's question is, mental power trumps angling talent when it comes to competitive tournaments? Keep our Cull, Panger.
Boy, this is a tough one, because if you look at some of the top guys in the sport, KVD, it's all about the attitude. Mike Iaconelli, never give up. Brandon Polinick. I mean, we're talking about some of the top, most decorated anglers in the world who are no doubt the most talented angler in the world, but their mantras are all about mental power. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle here, Dave. I need a minute to think about this one. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, that's valid points, isn't it?
I think it's pretty straight and clear. I mean, mental power definitely trumps angling ability, and everybody wants to go to the extreme in either. No, you can't win a tournament if you don't know how to find fish and how to accurately fish. But when you get to the top level, whether it be the Bass Pro Tour, the Bassmaster Elite Series, the Opens, the majority of the people that compete in all of these events are technically sound. And I have literally watched, in the 12 years that I've worked for the Elite Series, I have watched incredibly talented anglers, people that do things with a rod and reel that shock you. You're just like, wow, that is such a sound angler. But if they don't have it between their ears, they're gone. And if you look, you could make a full SCAP page full of names of incredibly physically talented anglers that are no longer on the Bassmaster Elite Series, that are no longer fishing at the top level anywhere, that are no longer competing in tournaments, just simply because you have to hold it together in your head. And if you look at it, everybody looks at how good certain anglers are with things, but that is the one thing they don't talk about. And if an angler is mentally weak, they just can't hang. And the simple reason is because of the freakishly high rate of loss in this sport. I mean, it's not like anything else. I mean, you compare it to anything else, the rarity that you actually win is so far, and you have to be so strong, and the power that it takes to power through bad events, in between events, meaning that your vehicle breaks down, you're this, you're that, your family wants you home, the mental power that it takes to stay focused. And also on top of that, I will also point in the fact that what makes this sport super different is the fact that they do it for 8 hours. And that's the short day of the week. When they pre-fish, sometimes it's 14, 15 hours in the summer months. So you have to stay mentally focused for the entire 8 hours. And there is very few sports out there that's the fact. I mean, baseball, World Series just finished. Big deal, right? I mean, those dudes joke around and mess around in the dugout. They totally cash out. Now, they do talk about some stuff, but in pro fishing, you have to focus for 8 hours straight. And every minute you're not focused is a minute you're not being competitive generally. And I'm going all in that mental power trumps angling talent.
Listen, I was totally sold on it, and give me an angry, talented guy. And I was going to flip it. Like, yeah, they're all about mentality, but it's easy for them to have strong mental power and strong positivity because their angling ability has resulted in such levels of success that they're like, heck yeah, stay positive, because they know what can happen because of their angling ability. But the more you talk, the more I realized how many variables there are in fishing that there are not in stick and ball sports. I think you can have a diva wide receiver with a horrible attitude who can go out and focus for an hour and catch balls that they're not supposed to catch and have really bad mental power, but really good athletic talent, and you can survive that. But when you are talking about so many uncontrollable variables in the sport, and how many anglers we've seen that have come in with decades less experience and had success right off of the bat, there's a certain level of that you have to give credit to the mental power and the mental ability. Because of that, because of all the time alone, because of how many of the successful anglers talk about what goes on in between the ears, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna have to keep this, Dave, that mental power trumps fishing talent with an asterisk once you reach a competent level. Once you reach a certain level, a tour level, an elite series level, a BPT, maybe an opens, a Toyota series, once you reach and have the basic skill set, absolutely. It's weird to say because, I mean, dude, something that you can't physically see over something that is tangibly there, but I think it's been proven over and over again. I'm on the same page with you now. Mental power trumps fishing talent once that talent reaches a certain level.
But I don't even think you make that level without that mental power. You know what I mean? Like maybe maybe you tiptoe, maybe you make it through college one year and you go to the classic or whatever, but to commit. And I mean, you of all people have to understand, I mean, the grinder that it is to go through the opens to try and make the elite series and everything. Bradley Hallman, who is a decorated pro, it took him 3 years. And he's openly said that he didn't know if he was going to go another year. You know what I mean? That's how mentally tough it is. And I think sometimes people get confused. You know what I mean? They think, oh, well, a good mental attitude, that means you have to be positive all the time. There's people that aren't that positive all the time, but that mental attitude, that drive to win, that drive to, I'm going to show the world. There's some people that are fueled by hate. You know, the amount of people that said, you'll never make it. I mean, everybody, if you ask most pro anglers to write down all the people that told them they'd make it, I mean, luckily they'd have a good list, I think. But they would quickly write down the ones, the school teacher that said you're a fool, or the ex-girlfriend, ex-wife that said you'll never make it, or the parents or whatever. Those are the ones that drive a lot of people. So yeah, we agree this time.
It's a friendly call. It's a friendly call right here. We're both keeping it. I think we're both on it. I mean, heck, just look at Carl. Look at Carl Jacobson. I mean,
didn't even have bass.
But like I said, he had the certain level of fishing talent. I mean, the dude is the man over in Australia. But when I first came over to America, he was throwing square bills on a spinning rod, Dave.
Yeah. Well,
what kept him over here to increase his fishing talent was his mental power. I'm totally on board with this. I'm keeping it.
And I think you watch his career, he's become a lot more competitive since he's honed that mental power. When he first showed up, he was very much an athlete. You know what I mean? Like you're listening to tunes in the morning, getting ready to run out on the football field and go to war. He seems a lot more mellow now, a lot more calmed down, and mental has kept him. I mean, mental's kept him in the country. Never mind, made him to the Bassmaster Classic, which I hear there's going to be a lot of Australians at this year, and there will be shoeys in bass fishing, and I'm excited to see said shoey happen.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You don't like shoeys?
I don't know what a shoey is. What's a shoey?